today I'm a New Yorker, like all of you.
Yes.
So today I'm from the African diaspora, like many of you here. I'm an architect engineer working here in New York City. And I will just go quickly over some of the things that I've been doing here in New York, but mainly focusing on project we're working on in Africa. So here I've worked in several firms, and now I'm mostly working with my own client, just working part-time in an office. Working for residential projects, commercial projects, offices, hospitality. I was project manager on the Clubs Hotel on East 51st Street at Rockefeller Center, taking care of the construction, the design of the facades, coordinating the different trades. I also worked a lot on the luxury boutique for Marc Jacobs. I was part of a small group of architects who were basically taking care of the construction of all the Marc Jacobs stores here and overseas.
Nice.
And we've done a lot of work also in different offices. Today I have a lot of my own clients, and I work very closely with homeowners, helping them to either expand on existing housing or buildings that they may have, or renovate them, as well as doing some of the administrative work when it comes to getting being the liaison really between the owner and the different city agencies, such as Department of Buildings, whether it might be for violations or some additional construction renovation that may have to be done. So it's just your usual everyday architect engineer work here in New York. But I want to quickly just go over some of the work that we've been doing as a small team with entities existing in different countries there, to not only be aware of the reality there when it comes to construction environment and how it impacts the community, but also better understand how to have a group working here who would be able to contribute to the construction and developing efforts that are already happening in those different countries. So far, we've been very active with countries like Mali, where I work very closely with the Office of the Habitat of Mali. We started doing a collaboration working with the Malian diaspora to actually put together a pre-financing package to help the Malian diaspora, whether it be here or in Europe or other places, to build back home. And that team that we've created is a team consisting mainly of African engineers and architects, and African engineers and architects from the diaspora, meaning the islands and here. We are basically trying to lead by example, thinking, well, you know, instead of talking too much to our people, why don't we show, so that, you know, they would be able to see others of their kind as well. So this is what we've done with the Malian community. We're starting to work with the community from Ivory Coast. In Ivory Coast, see an Ivory Coast sister there. In Ivory Coast, I was part of a team who was working on pre-planning and planning for the Cité Alassane, and really working in rethinking the regular everyday social house, so that it would really fit with the environment, as specializing in sustainable and anything green, sustainable, durable, meaning not only in the bâtisse, in the building, but also how it can be durable for that community, how well it responds to their way of living. The same way here in America, you would build completely different, not only in terms of codes, but in terms of planning, in terms of ventilation and material. You would build completely different whether you build in Alaska or whether you build in Florida. So the type of concrete mixture would be completely different. And if you don't use the right mixture, it will burst because of the freezing elements in Alaska. And if you use the wrong chipboard or boards behind paint in Florida, you will have mold, and you might not even be able to see it, but you will smell it through the venting system because it's rotting from the inside. So there's all these different elements. So we started working now with the community from Ivory Coast to help them be able to build back home through our pre-financing construction package. And what else? Oh, we are very active also with the Senegalese community, who had just called on us to help them build on their housing back home, because the government over there is very active helping people from their diaspora, giving them land so that they can feel like going back home, so that they're not just, you know, immigrants somewhere. They can, yes, they can actually buy, and if they can find a contractor that can build for them, then we wanted to become the contractor that can help them with pre-financing. Yes. So that's basically it, really, the Senegalese community. And I just want to say something very quickly also on the fact that we've been very active in the Congo as well, but we had to put a hold on that because some of you know that there's a lot of transition and changes in the Congo happening. Overall, things are fine, except for the fact that we've been dealing with some of you know that we've been dealing with a conflict which is mainly active on the east side, because of a lot of invasion from armed forces countries, from neighborhood east side countries. And because this is a Women's Day, I want to make sure that we have I want to make sure that we have a special thought for those women who are the first victims of those conflicts over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to say that we're not rushing our speakers, and on our website and also on the video we'll post the complete speech of everyone. But in the interest of time, because we have so many speakers, we have to try to time a little bit more. As you can see, we have a monitor in the back already watching our time. Sorry. So we only have a few, we have less than an hour.
And
so
we are asking that each speaker that comes up, I'll leave my phone here, and when you see 5 minutes, please be cognizant of that. We have about 3 more. Dr. Ron Diaz.
Right. So I just want to say, after Dr. Diaz speaks, we'll take a short break, present the awards, and then we'll continue with the program with the rest of the speakers. Because we do honor and recognize dreamers today, those who follow their dreams, and in doing so have impacted their community. So we'll do the award right after Dr. Diaz, and then we'll continue with the speakers.
Yeah, thank you. May God grant me the wisdom to speak His words. Now, first of all, how do you ask the son of a Baptist preacher to speak for 5 minutes? I can't figure it out. So we'll work on this. I came all the way from the state of Delaware. I've been on the road since 4:30 this morning. And because of the inclement weather, you can see I'm having a very bad hair day. But we'll proceed. I'm going to make this as short as possible. It has nothing to do with my height. I came from a very strong medical background and walked away from medicine after doing 4 years of research work on babies with thalassemia major and thalassemia minor.
Oh, wow.
But I walked away from medicine for several reasons. But God has a way of working with you. I went into business for myself and never looked back. I've never worked for anyone in my life. Don't know what it's like to punch a clock. I've been a strong entrepreneur, built large companies across America, and rang the open bell at the New York Stock Exchange for a major corporation. What's turning me back into the medical arena? Approximately, maybe 5 years ago, my youngest daughter she came down with rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a major mold. Some people call it a cancer. I don't use the word cancer. It's a mold.
Okay.
And that turned me around, and I decided to get back involved with homeopathy, which we call integrative medicine today. So I'm leaving one arena, an MD meaning more drugs, to an ND meaning no drugs. I understood the concept, I understood the philosophy, I understood how cancer cells work. And what I had to do, away from the chemo that she got, I implemented 5 different programs. And within the first month, the size of the mold went down to 60%. And after the second month of chemo, they were able to go in there and just snap it out altogether. Since that time, it has never returned. Now, the doctors are calling and they're asking, well, what did you do? Well, I did not do anything.
That's right.
God did it. That's all I can say. God did it. I am saying that I am thankful that Monica recognized what I'm doing in the community. And she said, Ron, you need to be really be awarded for the things that you're doing. Well, what I'm doing right now, I formed a ministry called New Vision Health Ministry. It's an intercessory ministry. And I'm bringing the churches together with the community. But my emphasis is more on cardiovascular disease. The problem we're having today is a major epidemic of what we call, most of you know, diabetes. It's becoming a plague. And as I was reading the 17 goals of the platform that Danny has, your goal number 3 is really based on health and wellness. But I like the idea of preventative medicine. So my objective is to get into schools and small organizations and start making a change from the bottom up. It's very difficult to change from the top down because we are in our own ways already. So my ambition is, I look at the statistics, we see that diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. There are approximately 1.25 million American children has type 1 diabetes and don't even know it. And that's because of my training from Dr. Robert Young, who said there's only one sickness we have, there's only one disease that we have, and there's only one cure. And the sickness that we have is the food that we eat. So we have to start working from the food that we eat. There's only one disease that we have. So when someone say you have cardiovascular disease or hypertension, as the case might be, or osteoporosis, those are not diseases. They're symptoms. It's a sign that something is wrong with you. What's wrong with you is that you're overly acidic, which is called acidosis. So if we keep the body in the form of alkalization, then we can eliminate 98% of most of the chronic disease. And that's what I'll be teaching as I move around the community. Someone told me to give a good speech, you have to be practice the 5 B's. Be brief, baby, be brief. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ron. And as Monica mentioned earlier, we're going to take, wow, I was looking and he was brief. We're going to take a short break while we recognize our honorees here today. And these are women and men who are performing exemplary in the community. And so we are going to call the honorees up, and as we call them, we'll invite them to stay standing in front of the room for the photographers. And Monica, let me know when you're ready. Our first honoree is Joy Agnes. Joy is the CEO and founder of Joy Agnes Events. She is an author of Wedding and Events Planning 101. Joy is an author, professor, event specialist, designer, entrepreneur, and media personality. She has worked with many A-lister companies and non-profit organizations over the course of several decades. With the help of her reputation, she's credited a creative team that works in different sections of event planning. Joy also does a whole lot of work in assisting young people to get into the entrepreneurial business. If you want, and I can tell you, the book, Wedding and Event Planning 101, if you want to plan a small event or a large event, that book actually shows you how to do it. So you wouldn't, eventually you wouldn't need to call Joy to do it for you. She's teaching you to do it for yourselves. So I would advise everyone, when you get a chance to pick up one of those books, you could get it on Amazon. Just go in and type in Wedding and Events Planning 101, and you could definitely order a copy of that book.
I'd like to present this to Joy because Joy has followed her dream, and this award says is Actor Danny Glover Pop Dreams Award, and it says it's given to a person who followed their dreams and in doing so contribute to the uplifting and improvement of a person, place, or thing. We also got a citation from Assemblyman Nick Perry and also a citation from State Senator Kevin Parker. So these are yours. Congratulations. She certainly has followed her dreams. And we're going to go through it quickly and have everybody up here. Stay here. Stay here. Someone here. And Linda, please go. This is, I don't know what this is. Yes.
Our next honoree is Dr. Justina Mutel.
There you go. This is our Power of Dream Award that I just, and this is what the citation looks like from the from Kevin Parker, State Senator Kevin Parker, and I'll just we'll just go through all the honorees and then we'll take a picture. Wait, I think
Our next honoree is Byra Lynn Jones. Byra Lynn Jones.
there you go. Let me hold her other. Oh, okay. Of course, as I explained, each person is receiving the Danny Glover Power of Dreams Award and also a citation from the State Senator and a citation from the State Assembly person. I just think here that what will you list? The next on the list.
Jenny Lynn Griffith.
I also want to say that Mr. Glover was trying very hard to be here, but his schedule did not allow him. This is your citation from the State Senator, and this is the one from the State Assembly person. Okay. So it's all yours, not mine.
Next is Saran Kamara.
I don't know if Ms. Kamara mentioned that she works for the State Controller's Office. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you. Dr. Ron Diaz.
Okay, right there.
Ali Happy is next. Alpha.
Of course you can. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Alpha Ali.
Alpha, I don't think this. Amma, would you accept this on his behalf? Amma.
Alpha and Amma. Jenny's wife.
I feel like I have more work to do. One more. I'm sure.
Claudette V. Smith. Andrew Imongaya. Imongaya. I got it.
But today, I forgot to put it out there. She actually sent me a reminder. She was like,
Can we get her boss up here with her? Come on up there. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
That's good to do. Instagram or Facebook? It's LinkedIn. I have to do a better job of that. Yeah.
I'll get her the picture. Go ahead, take it.
Oh, then you can text me. Good. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, every day it's just coming from the heart. I don't feel like it's
Close your eyes and keep looking at it.
it helps. It helps every single day. Yeah, I'm
Tangerine Clark.
No, I don't mind. That's why I don't want to disrespect.
Come on, sweetie. I want you to say your name properly, but good girl.
What's the name?
Hey, Miss Colette Hyman.
No, Tangerine.
Colette is on her. Yes. Yeah, but you, I didn't get to her. Wow.
Oh, great, thank you.
I don't want to get in your way.
What's your stepmom?
No, I don't want to get in his way because he has the main camera. Thank you so much. Hold on, Colette. Don't stop smiling. Don't stop smiling. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, share. Oh, sure. Like the,
Let me take a more picture in a minute.
yes, I do. It's homework practice. I'm an OBGYN. Yeah, we do a homework practice.
Just bear with us.
We have to get a certification out here and work doctors for the patients. Patients are asking,
Open your eyes.
stay away from meds. Okay. What are the choices do you have rather than
Pat, you want to accept this on behalf of Tangerine? Come on.
Holistic tinctures, like things like my mother used to make.
Those eyes.
Plant-based products and that kind of thing.
I just want to say that you're supposed to get 3 awards: the Danny Glover,
digital cards,
the 2 proclamations. So if you didn't get one, just bear with me and let me know. It's somewhere probably at the office. Sandrine Clark, she's not here. I know she couldn't come, but this is one of her colleagues, so I'll let her accept on behalf of her. She's doing some wonderful media work.
They all got a llama with a certificate.
Yeah.
Back there.
6.
Yeah, so you put them in line. The next, so you come in line.
I'll text you my card. I'm going to text you my card. Now, what's the last name? So I can
Yeah, that's right. Coming. Let's have a
88. All right, I'm going to add you in my
We work with doctors around the city. She won the award for the entire Pennsylvania.
Photographer.
Huh? Yeah, in New York and as well as in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so let me email you and then I'm going to send you my card, and then I only do digital cards because we're green now. So I'm going to text it to you, and then you can send me anybody you want to.
We're going to line up and take a group picture and everything. When we finish. And then we're going to do a group picture here.
Okay? That is awesome.
Let's keep up the good work.
Put it in the back.
It's not, it can't be. And we cannot.
Yes, you did. I gave you mine. Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
One more. Excuse me, one more.
I would love to have a party.
Yes.
Can all of the honorees step in front? All of the honorees in right here.
In the UN, we can't say God and I have a digital card, so I'll just email you.
Okay, perfect. It's just travels from Northern Ireland between the 2 years.
And I'm so sorry, but thank you so much. So, are you free or you just because if it's tomorrow, it'll probably be like early 11 o'clock. Is that okay? And then I'll come here, I can come to you, I'll be and then we can speak about the mission and what it is that we want to do, how we can help you,
Okay, very
what it is that we
quickly.
make it offer. I love tea, so anywhere we get to Starbucks, but thank you. So this is for everyone. So I can help you and then everyone will get and then forward. Thank you so much. I'll back here an invitation. And I don't know where you're located.
We're in Long Island City. We're Best Western from Plaza Long Island City.
Yeah, but I'm going to see what I know over there. So we're going to have contracts unofficially with certain restaurants, and we'll see which one is close by, and then we'll just put you together. Oh, wow. I don't think we know it. I haven't decided for you come and you come.
Danny, awards in front. Let's push in.
I'm going live.
I'm going live.
Excuse me, let's focus for the group because we are getting out.
No live.
That's great.
Excuse me.
Are all the honorees here? Are all the honorees here?
Cameraman today.
Everyone's here?
The people, we have to back up and move out.
Yeah. Please cooperate.
Monica, get it.
Jesus. Mr. Cassidy, come on. Everybody in? Please, come on. Let's cooperate.
If we stay for the next event, that's fine.
There's another event here. Please, can we cooperate so we can...
That's it. 1 minute. Okay, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay. Please. I said to tell you to move.
All right, let's move it. Let's move it.
Next event,
Let's move it.